Right at the buzzer. Right at the buzzer.
The white people made this day very special, so I cannot be cursing on willy nilly, and it got to be in a place of love, you know. Unless you start talking about Sexy Red trying to redo Michael Jackson's.
I actually liked it.
No,
I knew you
no,
would. I was just like,
no,
Just eat it. Just eat it.
no.
She really to be. Let me fact check y'all for a while. She was not parodying Michael Jackson. She was parodying Weird Al Yankovic. Because remember, he came out with a parody of "Beat It" called "Eat It."
That's different. That's a parody. She's
no,
gonna try to make
it's
money off
different. He's
this.
talking about food.
Like,
He's
yeah,
She
talking
she's
talking about
talking
food. She talking about food too.
no, stop.
Came here to say that you don't really want it with us. Yeah, we love you know. We came here to say that you don't really want it with us. Yeah, the sports show.
Ask her,
Yeah.
your niece want to ask you something.
Yeah.
Your
What's
niece
up?
want to ask you something.
Why is our voice on it no more?
Okay, I'll find it. I'll find it. It was only one time, but I'll play it for this one. I'll put it for this next episode. I got you.
All right, you can say thank you and go ahead.
Thank you.
Because they heard it. Yeah.
I actually got to find it now. Thanks, Matt. Put me on the spot.
It's okay.
This
I
what we
gotta go
doing
get
today, back?
Look.
Put me on the whole spot. But welcome back to episode, I believe this is 192, 193 of the Yerrr Sports Show. I'm your host, Big Baby, aka the soul of R&B. And at the bottom of the pyramid with the loudest background imaginable, it is BK Matt.
What's going on, y'all? I got a house full of women. I'm stuck.
You stick yourself. Nobody want to hear. Shut up. Shut up.
I'm gonna go see if I can go get the headphones. Give me a minute.
Just put yourself on mute in the meantime. Thank
you.
you.
Do that. Yeah, thank you.
It's still not on mute.
It is on mute. It's on mute.
Okay.
It's on mute. And to my right, we have the queen, Miss Air Infinity herself, a.k.a. Queen Tay. What's going on?
I swag. I surf. I know.
With the bars.
Touchdown. Jalen Hurts. Yo, it went hard.
You went from local superstar to international superstar. You're about to have a platinum record. It's about to be crazy, man.
2026, baby. The year of the horse. The Stallions.
Listen,
I
that
fuck
record
with it. I like it. I thought and she had a video for it too. I was like, yo.
I'm glad. Yo, y'all you couldn't see the vision until you saw it. Right? Like, it's one of those things where it was in my head. I'm just like, all right. And I dropped my bars.
Crazy part, somebody else was on there. Somebody else was on there
Lulu.
dropping bar. Lulu was on there sounding like Trina on that.
Period.
I was like,
right, bro.
I was like,
yo.
I was like, wait a minute.
Yo, let me tell you, let me tell you the story. My girl was running late. She walked up in that studio, went straight into that booth, and dropped that on one take.
One take, Lou? Okay.
One take, Lou. That's a one take. She was like, period. I was like, okay.
Yeah. I like that.
We gotta have Lou on to talk about her feature on
her
the
creative
track.
experience, her creative process. But
Yes.
she was
So you gotta
telling
play
me,
the song
she was
after
like,
this.
yeah,
gotta
she
play the
was
song
like,
after the show.
That's the whole
play the
thing,
song
please.
after the show.
Not don't play Lulu's. No, that's Lulu's part is exclusive. It's an exclusive edition.
We're not playing Lulu's part. We definitely play Lulu's part. But she dropped some. She went heavy on that. I was like, oh,
heavy on it. And we were
okay.
like, maybe we should do an EP.
Well, my favorite part was
Y'all, I think
Marianne go, Mom, stop, that's cringe.
Mom, stop, that's cringe. Oh,
that was my favorite part. Oh, I started dying. I was like, yeah. Nah, but
I love it.
I love that studios. I love I recorded all the time over there. I do
Yeah,
love
we
them
had a
studios.
time. We had a time.
Shout
My
out to
favorite
Blue and
line is
Walt.
I didn't even meet them, so okay.
Nah,
It's
those are my
not their
dudes.
it's not their moment. It's actually mine. But
You got it.
yeah, like shout out to Blue and Walt. No, shout out to
He said no,
no, no,
not
absolutely not.
not
But
about y'all.
my favorite line, the best part about it was you would think that my mom was in the building. You would think that my mother would be troubled by a couple of other things that I said. You thought she wouldn't have appreciated laughing out his drawers or calling myself a Brownsville bitch, right?
Hmm.
Of all the lines in the song, the one line my mother had an issue with was when I
I'm
said,
thinking it works.
"No, I'm in perimenopause." She was like, "But why you gotta tell everybody that you in perimenopause?" Because, sis, I'm in perimenopause.
Your mom's like, no, you're not supposed to tell these people
No,
this.
no,
No,
it wasn't the laughing out his drawers part. It was the I mean, you should have seen how her face
Nah, that's
hurt.
nothing.
I laugh about his drawers. I'm in perimenopause, and she was like, "Come again."
yo, shout out to your mom first and foremost.
Yo, she's a
Um,
one of a kind.
yes, yo, so your mom at the dinner, A1. Your mom can come to anything that we do, anything.
She's an OG.
She's definitely OG, and we'll talk about it later on off air. But definitely gave me some nice words. Um, so I appreciate her for them. So like,
Yeah, my mom's a real one. My
yeah,
mom's a
for
real
sure.
one. Shout outs to Jackie.
Shout outs to her.
Shout out, shout out.
But
Uh, we had a good time for my birthday. Matt missed it, of course, but we had a good time.
yo, we did not fall. We did not fall.
But
I
yo,
wasn't expecting y'all to.
but shout outs to Matt. Matt called me early in the morning. And you may not know this, but that is usually the time that Matt called me was the time that my grandmother usually called me for my birthday. So when Matt called, I was a hot, bumbling, teary, hysterical, crying mess. Because it was the first one without my grandmother. But the fact that it was my bro that called me at not even really knowing that that was a time. Like when it hit that time and I realized like that my grandmother wasn't gonna call me that day,
Mm,
yo, I could not, it just, when that grief hits you, that grief
Yeah,
hit that it had me,
yeah,
it kicked me in my chest.
yeah. That
I
grief
can
hit.
relate to it. I know that
Yeah,
feeling. Every year on my birthday, 6:57. I feel it. 'Cause that's usually when my mom used to call me. But
yeah,
that was the moment that I was born. Yeah.
yeah.
And
That
I can really I felt that. Like when I didn't know it, I just knew like, oh, it's like it's Tavia's birthday. Let me call my sister because I'm like I'm not even gonna be there. I'm like, nah, let me call her, let her know, like, yo, I love you. I'm going like I'm mad that I can't be there, but yo, I'm thinking about you. I love you. I wish I was there. I didn't even realize it was that time frame and seeing her like that. I guess that's God's way of working. Like, yo, your sister needs you, and like if anybody understands that pain, you do. So
it was.
it just happened. Yeah.
Yo, but my face was all red. I had my Cleo braids from Set It Off. Like,
Mhm.
no,
I
it
thought
was,
she just robbed the bank. I dead thought she just robbed the bank.
or just
Like I
killed somebody.
yeah.
Oh Lord.
Oh, yeah. It was not my finest moment.
I thought she just saw Stony. That's what I thought.
Yeah, it was real. It was real. But yeah, the Queen just had her royal coronation. It was my international birthday tour.
Yeah,
I had a great time.
Tay was out and about. If you don't follow Tay on socials, then
Yo, you missed the time.
you
It
missed
was a
you
time.
missed a time, bro. But like I said, shout out to us not falling, and also just want to let everybody know, little inside joke from the skating ring. Tay's a good mom because they were trying to say my sis wasn't a good mom for letting her daughter skate by herself, but that's how you learn.
That's how you learn.
Yeah.
That's how you learn.
Y'all throw him in. Y'all throw him in the defense.
Like,
They
come
got
on,
no
she'll
other
be all
choice.
right. If you stumble, I'll be right there. If you fall,
Word,
I
like
pick you up. But
if I
you
realize you ain't
gotta
coming back
try.
up, yeah, I'll jump in. I got you. But no,
Yeah.
Matt, you've been
know what it's
proud of me,
like.
bro. You've been proud of me. Remember the last time I was
Yo, I
skating?
forgot I took you. We went skating when
Yeah,
he came to PA. I forgot he went. Yo,
you've been
Dre
proud of me.
was not
I wasn't
trying
holding
to
on
get
No,
to
on
you
that.
nothing.
did it. You did it.
He
You
I
was
look
wasn't
on
good.
that
holding on to
wall hard.
nothing.
He was not trying to
Matt.
come out there at
Matt, I
all.
was skating. I was on my phone and everything. Like,
Yo, I ain't gonna
Yo,
hold
you
you.
was
G was on your neck. He's like, "What the fuck going on, big baby? Why you not coming out here?" I say, "Yo, I don't think you know how to skate." He's like, "Nah." Dre used to live in Bed-Stuy. I know he was by Empire.
yeah, it was a minute. It was a hot minute, but I
Yeah.
had to. I remembered who I was. Tay was going off though. Tay was going off.
I was dancing.
Yo, she
Roll
was
bounce.
sweet. Yes,
Uh, she was sweet, nice.
she was
That's
You
what she
know
skating and
was.
everything.
you
Uh,
know who looked awkward as fuck.
Probably Wilkins. It's always
Yo, his
Wilkins.
butt, like,
It's always
yo, you
Wilkins.
guys have to understand, like, his butt
I
was
don't even want
just,
to know what he wore. I
and then
really
he
don't.
was leaned over. He was like leaned over like this, so it was like sitting even more. So all you saw was boom, boom, boom,
Shout out to
And y'all
boom,
always
Wilkins.
looking at
boom,
it.
and I was
No.
like, damn, look at that fatty.
And Wilkins be killing me. He'll wear
All right, let me
sweats
touch it real
or
quick.
he'll wear
See if it's
spandex.
soft.
You would
Real
think
quick.
you would think you would think
Just
freaking
once.
Wilkins was
Just let
born
me
in the
touch it one
80s.
time. What's a little
Nigga
touch between
Wilkins.
sibs? What's a little touch between friends? I want to see how soft it is. What's a little touch between friends? I mean,
Yo, that was hilarious. That was
but no,
definitely a good
Matt, it was literally like this. I was like looking at slow. It was like boom, boom,
because he
So he know how to
boom,
skate.
boom.
huh? No. He doesn't
Not
know.
I was gonna
really.
say he'd be the first Haitian that I know how to skate.
No, he didn't know
He'd be
how
the
to skate.
first.
He was fighting for his life. But
That Zoe was not
shout outs to Wilkins for even
no Zoe.
attempting.
Yeah, no, I'm so glad that y'all came and showed me love. We had such a good time.
Wilkins
We
is
had
bro. That's
such a
forever,
good
bro.
time.
That's why
Definitely,
I said a
definitely.
lot of people can't say nothing bad about Wilkins around me. That's my boy. A lot of
Yeah,
people, not you, Tay. You scary. just say it. A lot of people, not you.
but so we had the Super Bowl just passed last Sunday. Patriots.
Man, the boring. That shit was
He
boring.
Patriots did what we thought they were gonna do, because they had the easiest schedule in the league, and the Seahawks have been playing great great football most for almost the whole year. Shout out to Walker, the Super Bowl MVP, who was a dog the whole playoffs. So shout out to them. But let's just get right into that Super Bowl halftime show. Bad
Before
Bunny.
that, before that, can I just say something? Because I hate these Boston fans. Right
Okay.
now, I'm not the biggest Tom Brady fan. I'm not.
Yo,
I'm not.
yo,
But
yo.
the audacity
The
of you
audacity.
motherfuckers to
The
try to compare
audacity.
Drake May to fucking Tom Brady, you need help. You
The
need help.
audacity.
The
That
The
audacity.
audacity.
he had the worst playoffs of any freaking quarterback I've ever seen in my life. For you to even try to come and I don't use this term like greatly or lightly because I
Mhm.
like I'm an Aaron Rodgers fan. I like Peyton Manning, Eli Manning. He did the Stark Thizzle, and I think the world and the people that do the Hall of Fame thing, I think y'all all need to be shot for not making him a first ballot Hall of Famer either. With him or Bill Belichick, but that's neither here nor there. That's another topic for another day.
Bill
But
Belichick not getting in the Hall of Fame is sick.
it's crazy. Him and Eli Manning, crazy. But the audacity of y'all to compare Drake May and say that he might be better than Tom Brady, if not equal to Tom Brady, you all should be shot. Every last one of you should be shot in the face twice. Hit an artery in the throat, something. I don't care. Maybe, yeah, 'cause you're bugging. You're bugging. You're bugging. I don't even want to hear it no more. I'm sorry, Drake. That back
I don't
to the Benito
Nah,
understand.
Bowl.
I,
you're
you know
good.
what? To be honest with you, I understand like intricacies in politics, right? I understand all that, right?
Hmm.
But They were the standard of their time. I mean,
We ain't happy about it.
you can't talk about football between 2002 and 2022 without looking at Tom Brady,
Hmm.
Bill Belichick, and
Pictures.
Eli Manning.
Yeah,
Just to be real with you,
this is real.
so it, I felt like it was a smack in the face. I
It
think it's
was.
a really bad snub. I think it's unfair, and I think it's weak. There
Hmm.
were people who made it in on less. And I don't want to hear nothing about the flake gate. I don't want to hear nothing about none of that. Because when it's all said and done, Tom Brady still won 7 rings.
Facts.
Hmm.
When
6
it's
in New
all
England.
said and done, Bill Belichick he not only won, if I'm not mistaken, he's won a ring with the Giants as well.
Yep.
90, I forgot, 90
91.
something. Yeah.
91. Right? So I feel like it's an atrocity. I thought that is, to me, it's politics at sports politics at its worst,
Hmm.
and I think it puts a nasty taste in my mouth. I You are an Aaron Rodgers fan while I am not, right?
Hmm.
I fell for the Aaron Rodgers nonsense back in 07, 08. Looking at him like he's gonna be better than Brett Favre and all stuff like this, right?
Hmm.
And being an awful human being does not discount the fact that he is an above average. You can consider him a great quarterback. Do I
Hmm.
consider him a once in a lifetime generational talent?
No,
No. But do
no.
do I consider that for Brady? Absolutely. And then what proved a lot of people wrong about Brady, including myself,
Hmm.
was that ring in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
That put him in
I,
a whole different stratosphere.
I'm not gonna hold
I
you. I
feel.
feel like he was still in that limelight even before he got to Tampa Bay. But yeah, but the fact that he could win, he could say that he won one without Bill Belichick. It killed all that noise of, oh,
That
he can't
noise.
win without Bill Belichick. So I get exactly what you're saying. You're right, 100% right.
Yeah.
And And for those that sat there and will try to defend the fact that Eli Manning don't deserve to be a first ballot Hall of Fame, you all should be kicked in the nuts twice. That's how I feel. Because who has been a thorn in Bill Belichick and Tom Brady's side more in that time frame that they just threw out there more than Eli Manning, who is 2-0. 2-0 in the not just regular, no, we're talking about the Super Bowl. We're talking about the Super Bowl.
And both
Nobody's
comebacks.
under exactly. Nobody's undefeated in the Super Bowl more than Eli Manning. I'm not hearing the disrespect. I'm not even a Giants fan, but I'm not even tolerating that disrespect.
It's
He had.
disrespectful.
I'm not
Yeah.
It's
even tolerating that disrespectful.
disrespectful.
I'm
Because
not even tolerating it.
when you look at the top 10 of that time, right? The top 10 of that time, to be honest with you, and I know we're not gonna be on this long,
Yeah.
but the top 10 of that time, you can't talk about top 10 quarterbacks of the 2010s without talking about Tom Brady, Eli Manning, Peyton Manning, even
Drew
Russell
Brees.
Wilson, Drew Brees, Ben Roethlisberger. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like those guys, I would say even kind of Philip Rivers. It's still a little shaky over there, but he was still in those conversations. You get what I'm saying?
Good
Those are
job.
and anybody else is interchangeable at the time. But those were especially the top five were the cornerstone of the NFL through those years. And to sit here and play up in them people face like that is disrespectful. The 2008 and the 2012 upset Super Bowls go down as some of the best Super Bowl games we've seen of all time. You know what I'm saying? And you can't do that. And he did that against the greatest.
The greatest dynasty. Now I'm not gonna say of all time, but one of the greats.
But
Because
modern,
you still got to
modern.
put them up there. You still got to put them up there against the 85 Bears,
Yeah,
The,
but
who
they're a
somehow
dynasty
stand the
though.
test
the
of time.
Patriot the
Yeah,
Patriots is the greatest dynasty in football ever.
I'll give you
Yes.
that. Them and the Cowboys,
They're even
and
better
they,
than
they
the
surpassed the
Cowboys.
yeah they surpassed the
Yeah,
Yes.
Cowboys.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. But
Stuck on that documentary, I guess. Yeah, you right.
No,
yo,
no, I'm over it now. It's gone.
yo.
It's gone.
But
Move it.
I feel like that was so disrespectful, and I think it's weird. And to be honest with you, like They gave us it's just synonymous with the entire season that we had. This has been a lackluster season. To be honest with you, lackluster. Shout out to the Seahawks because I think they were worthy of the Super Bowl.
100%.
Drake May has a long way to go. I his offensive line failed him,
Yeah.
and no one could get going. And no one could get going. Stephon Diggs was more concerned with the drama he had off the field than he did not show up to play. They
Does
look
anybody
like
know
they
what really happened between them, him and Cardi?
Nope.
I
I
am
don't
I
even know
cannot
what happened.
I am bound I cannot say anything,
Nope.
but
Nobody
she
knows.
is nobody knows. But let me tell you something. He he's taken the biggest L's of 2026. If at the end of the day, if you had her and you lost her, hall of shame. Hall of shame. And to be, one thing about men, I'm sorry, men be having the audacities. They be having, I don't know where they get these audacities from, but the audacities are ridiculous. But I had a great time in San Francisco for the Super Bowl. It was an amazing experience. I was tired. It is a young woman's game. I can't fathom how I did all I did and only slept 1 hour.
Norm.
Wilding out.
That's your
Oh yeah,
norm.
yeah,
That's,
yeah.
me, I'm
When
getting my health back, so I'm getting sleep. I'm eating good. I'm not drinking soda like that, even though I had a Dr. Pepper today. You ain't gonna give me that look. You ain't gonna give me that look. I had a Dr. Pepper
Dr.
today.
Pepper is nasty.
Look, I don't judge people that drink Diet Pepsi, so look, I like Dr. Pepper. That's my guilty. That's my cross to bear. I love Dr. Pepper. I
Yo,
mean,
anybody who drink diet Dr. Pepper would drink a rusty water out the faucet.
I
Yeah.
feel
That's
like
what
if
it
you can
tastes
drink
like.
root beer, you can drink Dr. Pepper.
I don't drink root beer either. I think that's for white people. That's not a black people thing.
I like cream
Shit.
soda. Don't get me wrong. I like cream soda.
Yeah, that's a West Indian thing. Are you even West Indian?
No, I just grew up in Brooklyn.
Yeah, no. I grew up in Brooklyn. I don't drink none of that. I don't drink root. I think root beer and Dr. I'm sorry,
I don't
not
like
during
root beer,
Black
but I
Girl.
like Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, I know.
That's what got you into Dr. Pepper. You like both? I figured you do. Seriously? Huh?
Yo, Matt, you gotta keep your lady off the camera. She looking great.
That's my baby. Look, that's
And
Mia.
Matt, are you
Moses.
trying to call?
Yeah, she fine. She good. She
Yeah,
good.
I know. You lucky.
Yo.
You know what's so crazy? I've been
I'm
talking real
lucky,
reckless with
blessed.
my
I'm
male
lucky and
friends.
blessed.
I'm as straight as they come, but I've been threatening to take my friends' girls. I don't know why I've been doing that, but like
You seem like you have a good time during during people relationships.
I had a little razzle dazzle. But like, yo,
That's a lot of razzle and a
Camera.
lot of dazzle right
but
there.
no, but the thing is, I'd be a great
Say,
girlfriend. You don't have to do anything with
in the
me. You know
camera.
what I'm saying? We could just go and have fun and do spa
She said you
days.
was in the camera. You?
I'd
She
be
said
good in
I'm
a
lucky
lavender.
because
I'd be
you.
good in a
She said 'cause
lavender
you looking
marriage.
bad. Like
and,
look,
and then and then Matt, I would have just edited it
okay.
out without
She
but
said
Matt over
thank
here
you.
telling on himself.
I be telling her that every day. She
Heavy
don't
on
like.
it.
I love the way she looks. Look, man. Listen.
One more.
What happened, man?
You going for a full starting lineup of
You
girls.
gonna have a boy.
Look, we got two boys. I'm straight. Yep, straight. It's not a house full of girls. We got two more boys. Right now, I'm just in a house full of girls. But yeah,
Heavy
Oh,
on it. But I'd be
two
good with a
chains.
lavender. I could do, yeah, I know. Anytime this motherfucker put on 2 chains, I know what it is. But
Happy.
he happy. You got a little belly down too, or nah?
No,
I'm
mushroom
shocked.
coffee.
Only because you
Mushroom coffee.
only because you long distance. If you wasn't long
No,
distance, Matt, you be fat as bro. Excuse my
I
language. You be
full
fat as
disclaimer.
hell.
I know that we tell a lot of our stuff on this show because I'm pre-diabetic, so I've been really watching what I've been
You have
eating and
to.
drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Your skin is
nah,
looking better. Your skin is
thank
looking
you.
better. Yeah. I'd
that's
be good for a lavender marriage. I mean, you know,
A
yo.
lavender marriage is crazy.
that'll be good with me.
Yo,
I mean, It'd be perfect,
You paying for every trip,
actually.
Tay?
Huh?
You paying for all the trips?
But why I gotta be the masculine one? Why can't I be the why can't I be the femme? Why can't I be,
Really, really, really.
You
you
can
would
be.
think,
I
all
don't think
right.
you have a
In the
fem version part in your body, bro. Like real, I don't think it even
I am
exists with
very
you.
feminine.
No, you're not.
We just want to.
Describe them.
I
Just
just
Dre!
want to. I
look,
just want to
look.
make it
Describe the newest
clear.
feminine.
These comments. These comments are from Matthew Miller exclusively. Does not
You
reflect
do not know if I got
the
warrants. Do
Are
not
you
opinions.
get my
calling me a
government. What's
grand
wrong with
dyke?
This
you?
does not reflect the
No, I did not say
opinions
that at
of the
all.
Yerrr Sports Show, nor the Wise Brother,
Can I be 100?
or any of
A
my
lot
other
of girls
names.
from Brooklyn do not grow up with that they're hard all the time. We hear it all the time. We come on, look, I love a Brooklyn girl. Look, my baby Brooklyn. She a Brooklyn girl. Granted, she got a little Floridian in her. I don't know what's going on with that, but yeah, when I get her mad, that Brooklyn, that Flores girl come out. It come out. So, but y'all are
Okay.
well,
You
New
you
York
just
people
said that
are
I was
aggressive.
basically an aggressive lesbian. That's what you just called me
I
on the
did not
air.
say that. I did
Yes,
not
you
call you a
did.
stud. I did not call you a stud at
You just
all.
called me a grand stud.
A
I did not.
grand stud
I did
is
not call you a stud at all.
insane. Matt,
You
what is
just
you
called me a
doing,
you
player? What
just
is
called
you
me a
doing?
whole stud. I don't even like
But
let me tell you something. You think liking men is the worst thing about me.
ask you something, and I'm gonna shut this
What?
whole conversation down right now. When you in a relationship, or not even in a relationship, or a dude you talking to, and they piss you off, have you ever? And Dre, timestamp this because I'm about to say something crazy. We already know. We already know the New York words, right? Have you ever told your significant other to suck yo?
No comment.
You said yeah. I don't even play with you, bro.
You know
I
what?
don't even.
You know what? We were going to talk about something else, but I think that actually leads into
No
Have you?
comment. No,
that.
no,
Have you?
no, no, no.
Have you? Never.
All right.
Those words never came out your dick. I mean,
No,
out your word.
I
Whoa!
said,
What?
hey, pause. Heavy on
Oh, that
it.
was crazy.
Whoa!
Heavy
That was
on
crazy.
it.
That was
Whoa!
crazy. So
What?
you never said that. You've never said that in an argument.
I've said worse.
But have you
All
said
right.
that in an
I've said
argument?
worse.
All right. All right. No, no, no,
That's
no.
mild compared to what I've said.
I can attest to that. I give you that. But I'm just saying this is why the word. I'm not even saying this
No,
is me
I
because
don't think I've
again, I
said
love my
that, but
Brooklyn. I love my
I've
Brooklyn women,
said I've
but they
dropped
say that.
some really. Let me tell you something. The
You
things that
drop some heat, huh?
let me tell
Yeah,
you something. Thank God for growth and being saved and sanctified, because I
saved and
was a
sanctified is
menace.
crazy.
I was a menace. The things that I used to say to my ex, I think
Which
about it
one?
now and I cringe. You get what I'm
Which
saying?
one?
Because he
Because
should
there's
have.
always one ex that gets the worst out of everybody. I'm not gonna hold you. There's one that gets like I'm talking about.
When I tell you the things that he said, the things that I've said to him, he could never say it to. Like going upside my head could have been an option, and I wouldn't have been able to say anything because my mouth was just that egregious. The things that I said, you know what? I apologize.
Dre, you've dated New York girls. Any one of them ever said that to you?
No,
Not the Spanish ones. I'm talking about
no,
the.
no. But because I make it known the moment you say it, the moment that yeah, I don't do that.
No, I've said worse.
I I I,
I've
I
dated
make
a
it known
few that got
if
married
you
and
feel
they
like
were like
if
they'll
you
say that. Hey, you
if
ever
you
told me
telling me
that?
that if you offering me like if you offering me to the Frank stand, I don't want that. Nah, you good. You good. You good.
Remember,
There's people out there for there's people out there for you. I'm not the one. And we're gonna go into a new segment that the Queen came up with called Talk Talk, and I'll explain it
what?
after I play the intro.
I
That
just
you
had
give
a
money
lapse
to.
in I just had a lapse in judgment.
What you
Why
mean?
I said I'm sorry, man.
Fucking sorry.
No, I
Sorry.
don't apologize. I don't
I'm saying because
apologize
I
at
cursed.
all.
Oh,
He
my bad.
deserved every single thing. I should have said more. I should have done worse. Ooh, that feels so much better. I was sitting there like that apology was not sitting in my gut too well. Oh, it made me want to. No.
But
Man,
the
F
teeth, the
him.
teeth,
Let's go
the
to the
teeth
next
is the
next segment.
crazy. Yo.
We were
Those
already on the
teeth
next segment, but
is crazy.
welcome to the first edition of Talk Talk. We find videos online that we think is interesting, and we bring it to you guys. And this particular video Tay picked out, I think it's very informative in how we see dating and how we grow up dating. So I'm gonna play it for you right here.
Black people were not taught the same dating scripts or socialized to date the same way that white people are. From a young age, white people teach their children how to build successful relationships with the opposite sex. They allow their teenagers to have boyfriends because they see dating as a way to build a social skill. They are taught formal dating etiquette, asking out, picking up, flowers, dinner. Courtship is a rehearsal for adult roles. They are learning how to be providers, wives, and husbands at a young age. The goal is to produce individuals who can replicate proper pair bonding. So the outcome is you have a bunch of teenage relationships that are modeled as mini marriages. It is a rehearsal for future domestic contracts. Whereas black people do not teach their children formal dating etiquette. Black parents' primary focus is making sure their children do not get pregnant or get anyone pregnant. Sex is a risk to be managed. Girls are told, don't have sex, don't be fast, don't get pregnant. It's about negation and danger. The focus is about avoiding ruin instead of seeking or recognizing healthy connections. They don't teach you how a man should treat you. They teach you that men only want one thing and you shouldn't give it to them. Boys are told to use a condom and not come home with anybody pregnant. The focus is on avoiding legal and financial consequences, not on proper relationship conduct. So the underlying goal in the black community is crisis prevention. And so the outcome from that is that adult relationships default to a sexual transaction framework. Because that is the only framework that was explicitly discussed. This is why situationships is the default setting in black dating. It's the adult extension of the secretive, sex-centered interactions that we were only offered when we were young. This is why courtship rituals feel foreign or performative in our community. We were never given the communal training the same way that white people are. And this is why almost every black woman I know has lost their virginity in some type of situationship and never been in a serious relationship. And almost every white woman I know lost her virginity in a serious relationship and has never not been in a serious relationship. All the white women I know have been in consecutive serious relationships. Because we were taught different social scripts. This is why there's always so much gender war conversation amongst black people, because now we are learning the social scripts that white people have known since they were children. Now black women want the romantic script that they have been deprived of since youth. Now they want the flowers, they want the whining and dining, they want the money, they want to be provided for. And the same goes for black men. This is why they're constantly comparing black women to white women, because now they know that white women perform femininity in their relationships. They perform softness and submissiveness in their relationship. And now that's what they desire. So now we're arguing back and forth about a script that never was taught to neither of us. Our social script was born out of survival. Our people were trying to survive to make sure that we can get out of our economic situation and move upwards. So they were focused on making sure we didn't have any children that would prevent us from getting there. This is why I say white supremacy and white normatives are so dangerous to our community. Because when you don't understand where these social scripts come from, it confuses us. It causes tension and friction between us. And looking to a group of people who are miserable within the social script that they created, I might add, is stupid. White women are miserable in their heteronormative relationships. And so are white men. They hate being providers. So we have two miserable groups of people who we are looking to as the blueprint, and they hate it. We have internalized a fantasy created by the bourgeoisie class of white people. And now all the other white people who have been forced to live by it also hate it. We are going in circles here, getting nowhere fast.
And shout out to that creator. I will tag her in post production for sure. But Tay, what do you think about what she said?
Oh, I feel so her name is Bun Me Supreme on TikTok. So shout outs to her because when I first saw this video, it was because I was thinking about my relationship patterns in life, right? I feel for me personally, I agree with a lot of what she's saying because I've gone to I've had a big exposure to primarily blacks in my where I live and primarily whites in my schooling, right? And I will say a lot of people, white people who I went to school with, got married right out of college. Their parents helped them out with their first home. You get what I'm saying? And they've been able to build that generational wealth within themselves since. As opposed to a lot of, my black friends got married. The ones that got married later, if at all. I was the exception to the rule because I got married young because my ex courted me like that. Like I would say a traditionally white Caucasian relationship, I would say, right? So
Mm-hmm.
what I would say to this is I agree firmly that when we're 13 to 18, especially for young black women, we're taught to be more ashamed of our bodies, to hide them up because you don't want to be the fast girl. You don't want to be grown. Look at her grown ass. She walk around, her titties out, her butt is out, and stuff like that. She a fast ass little girl. Everybody still remember the girl that they considered as. I need to pause. Um, I need not a pause. I need Matt to mute real quick. Um, we were taught to be because we developed a lot younger, so we became objects of sexual predators, I would say, at a younger age. So we already started with the unclear and unfair dynamic with sex. As we've spoken about in this podcast as well, just the ways that people in which lost their virginities. We had the biggest thing was don't get pregnant. Don't bring anybody here pregnant. And it was never like, oh, you should date. You should this. You should go out on a traditional this. We were not shown that because, like she said, we were raised on survival. I was raised in the intersection between love and survival, right? Whereas my mother wasn't so hard pressed about me dating. She didn't flip out when boys would call the phone and stuff. I've been a survivor of sexual assault at a young age. Um, but I guess that changed more of my trajectory and how I dated more than what society put on me. But I know with my friends, a lot of us are not married. A lot of us are still single going into our middle age. And even when I would say like people of color date, I feel like for the most part, when black men date black women, it's with different expectations and a different level of respect than when a black man dates a white woman. I feel like when they date a white woman, they look at her as the exception to the rule, the standard, that they're going to bring their best self forward. That they're going to provide her with that stability, that consistency, that dating, that courtship. And when they date us, for the most part, oh, we're supposed to experience extreme pain before experiencing extreme love. And I think that that's where my disdain for struggle love comes from. We're supposed to be the ride or die, the person that's supposed to meet you at your mess and bring you out of it. But like and I think that, like she said too, the script was never written for us because especially if you seek your validation from spaces that were never meant to serve you and never meant for you, you're going to drown in those expectations. That's why you do see, when black men do date white women, you do see them say things, well, she's too aggressive when they're talking about black women. She's too this or she's too that. We've had to be because a lot of us are chasing our education so we don't have to rely on the system that already broke black families in the first place, coming from slavery, outside of slavery, indentured servitude. And then after that, the wars. After the wars, they put drugs into our community and put us all in prison for the same drugs that they put into our community. But it's a problem that's deeply rooted within the hatred, the lack of validation that we seek from each other. Because my mother says this all the time. Like some successful white black men don't feel successful unless they have a white or a Latino woman on their arm. Because it's the proximity to whiteness. I mean, I'm not against interracial dating, and you could tell that there are people who date someone not because they're attracted to them or date someone because they hate their race. There is a big difference and a big gap between the two. And I think that the more that we have these spaces and you mess up and you have children out of wedlock and this that, and the third, you're still perpetuating those generational, unfortunate toxic norms. That's my point.
Matt.
Uh, Honestly, growing up, I was taught to survive. Honestly, no, I wasn't even really taught. I just learned more or less, more so how to survive from the environment that I was in. So I wholeheartedly agree. There really was no script as far as how we were supposed to grow up and live life as far as like in these relationships. I'm not gonna hold you. I feel like even in the situation that I'm in, it's like we're still trying to figure out certain things as far as like how to love or how to be there for one another or how to be partners, because again, I'm not gonna hold you. There's no blueprint in it. Our blueprint was TV sitcoms like Good Times or Family Matters or The Cosby Show. Even though we don't, try to speak on Bill Cosby, but literally that was the blueprint that a lot of us grew up looking into. As far as like, oh, that's what we want, like that's why it's like we get so up in arms when a lot of these figures that we see on TV or personalities that we see on TV, their real life selves get caught up in some mess, and then it's like you got to look at them, not realizing that they just played a character that wasn't who they genuinely are. So then that kind of skews your perception on what you saw growing up. Like, damn, is that really what it's supposed to be? Or was I persuaded this white version of what life and relationships are supposed to be like? Because again, we're all growing up in different environments. So some of us are taught how to survive. Some of us are taught on not to get pregnant, not to get into like the system where we're paying child support. 'Cause that was a big stickler for me. I'm like, I'm not paying child support. 'Cause that was pretty much like put in the system like, yo, dad be dad, ain't shit father if you want child support. That was my
Mm,
mindset growing up.
mm-hmm,
That's
mm-hmm.
just that was the environment that I grew up. Typically anybody that I saw that was on child support was a deadbeat father. So like that was what I was accustomed to growing up. That was the vantage point of what I was seeing. So yeah, she's right. There really is no blueprint on what growing up in adulthood versus like as far as living your life or being in a relationship. There's no blueprint for it. We're still I can put a test to even certain relationships and like even the one that I'm in right now, like we're learning everything. We're learning everything. We're taking the we're taking the initiative to learn everything that we need to know or need to learn and continue to learn to make that relationship work and make that relationship grow and then try to pass it
Agreed.
on to our kids. So
Agreed.
she's right.
Agreed. Agreed. 100%. And I would tell you like my experience as a black woman in dating, right? I like I tell you guys all the time, like my first little relationship was at 9, 10, and it was beautiful and it went downhill since. But I as a black woman trying to date in society is not always easy because you have people, if you date outside of your race a lot of the times too, a lot of these men are fetishizing more than they actually are attracted to you, and they come to you because they see you as exotic. So they'll be a little bit more sexually aggressive with you. They'll talk to you a little bit more sexually off the bends, or love bomb you in the beginning and then like don't want to have a relationship after they get the benefits of everything they lied about just to get ass. And I've had experiences where, you know, guys have felt that because I've been so strong on my own that they feel intimidated to try to be a partner to me, even though I've asked for nothing. Right. And I've also been in situations where a lot guys do prefer situationships because it's all the benefit with no accountability, right? And coming from somebody who was married young, I was married from 23 to 30. I missed out on dating when I was young. And mind you, I had a boyfriend that had passed away when I was 19. So that, it happened to me when I was 16 and it happened to me when I was 19. So that already kind of skewed it. I was not experiencing traditional dating at its finest because I was operating from a place of trauma from experiencing tragic losses at a younger age, as well as the body image issues of being a bigger girl, being a taller girl, not conventionally, well, I'm fine, but I'm beautiful, but not being skinny and light skinned with long hair and this, and I find that more men have tried to be a competition with me than to see me as someone that should be taken care of. So when I've had a partner tell me like I don't want you to face this alone. I'm here with you. You deserve to be treated this way. I fall for that. But it's really, I do think that, like you said, Matt, and you said this to a T. Our generation grew up watching the Huxtables, the Fresh Princes. So I think we try to take what we've learned from TV to rise up out of survival, while in real life, we're going through, we're these people who are trying to date are descendants from the crack era. We people don't have a compass. People are trying to move away from the system, so they don't focus on love, and we don't look at generational wealth within each other the same. And the thing is, people would say, well, you think the same way, you had your child is biracial. My child is very much black. She has a black mom, and I had to look at the decisions that I was making in dating, because I'm like, yo, do I want my daughter to feel like this? I'm worth more than this. But she was 100% correct. And people don't understand. It's not just like white versus black dating. I don't want to put it to that, because it's not a white versus black thing, right? But they were allowed to have first dates at 15 and 14, and granted, I was allowed to date like that too. So I guess my trajectory was a little bit different. So by the time that now I'm single in my 40s, dating has become much harder. This is slim pickings out there. Because relationships get complicated when you have children with somebody, when you have this, and we're encountering people who have been there, done that, and still don't know the blueprint. What do you think, Dre?
Um, Both of you guys make a lot of good points, and especially her in the video as well. I feel that, yeah, when you're growing up, especially as a man, and my vantage point is um, just a little bit different. It's kind of half and half. Um, yeah, like y'all, I wasn't really allowed to date until I got older and out, because when you the first thing you that happens when you go tell one of your parents, oh, you have a girlfriend, don't be bringing none of them little hoes in my house. Okay, right? Or in one of my cases is a particular side of the family telling you, oh, you're gonna be just like your father, having a bunch of kids by a bunch of different women, and that kind of deters you from doing a lot of stuff. I'm like, oh no, mm. that's that's partially the reason why I don't have kids now. I would have had kids earlier on, but a lot of times, in black families, they'll be like, "Oh, you're gonna be just like your daddy. You're gonna be just like your daddy." And meanwhile, myself and my father are two different individuals. We may share some traits, but ultimately, how I grow up is gonna be a lot different than how he grew up, right? And I feel like a lot of this also depends on how open your parents are, and then just in general how open your family is. Like it's and I feel it too. Like my sister has been with the same person since high school, right? And at first, nobody was with it. Nobody was with it. They stuck the course. They've been together and they're about to get married. But they went through those things to where it's like, oh, y'all a little bit young, dating and this, that, and the third, and it's a lot to try to counteract that and be like, nah, don't worry about it. We're gonna handle it ourselves. We got this. We got this. And it's just it sucks that us as a culture are taught strictly in survival mode from the jump versus allowing something to happen and it becoming a teachable moment. Because there are many times, just not just in dating, but in life, where, oh, don't do this or this is going to happen. Right? Yep, or vice versa, for sure.
Yeah, cause
And
and effect.
it's always a cause and effect. You do this, this is going to happen. It's like, how can I experience life? So I thank God for my parents for letting me experience life. Yes, they'll say, hey, not to do something. I end up going and doing it, and then like, all right, you see why we told you not to do it? Absolutely, I see why you told me not to do it. So it's really about the mindset of your parents at that point. So, like you said, Tay, you were allowed to date early on and learn what courtship is early. So now, where you're at now, you know exactly what you want. You know what it's supposed to be and what it's not supposed to be. Versus a lot of other women, unfortunately, growing up and seeing, and I feel like, and I say this all the time, I'm not strictly blaming social media, but social media has a lot to do with it. You have a lot of people on social media that never knew how to date in the first place, telling younger people this
How to
is
date?
telling people how to date. Oh, you need this for this to happen. Don't worry about all of that. If he got the money, he good. Oh, don't worry about this with Shorty. If Shorty got this, she's good. I don't want monetary things for my person. I just need to make sure my person's a good person. Like, I need my person to be a good person with a good head on their shoulders. Like, and majority of the times, those people already have something.
People.
People, they either already have people or they're getting it together. So if you get them while they're getting it together and while you're getting it together, you're building something. But as you said, struggle love isn't the most sexiest thing, and I hate that struggle love is put more on the black community than anybody.
Right. Because a lot of the times I feel like for me, right, when and like I said, I love love. Right? When people are happy and they're in love and they're doing this thing, they're doing their thing, right? I believe that we are not taught to have the same type of devotion to each other. But the thing is, like, at almost every single time I know a black man to date a white woman or a Latina, the way he talks about her, the way he says, he'll put himself in the place of servitude for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, he becomes the protector and the provider for a woman who didn't even ask for any of that. You get what I'm saying? Or the thing is, too, a lot of us are not dating people we actually like because we are not trained to feel confident in ourselves to be like, you know what, I don't like this, so I'm not gonna put up with this. You get what I'm saying? Or we're dating, like, okay, what a lot of what black mothers say, as long as he's not beating you or cheating on you, or not even the cheating, as long as he's not putting his hands on you, a man gonna be a man.
Can I ask you something? So, do you think we date the people we don't like to prepare us for the ones that we do?
No, I don't think that. No, I don't, because if you don't have an affinity for someone, you don't have no business being with them at all.
Facts. Yeah.
If you don't like somebody, leave them alone. Don't just use them for validation, because you really playing with people's emotions out here. You get what I'm saying? Like, as somebody whose emotions have been played with, you get what I'm saying? I don't understand why people think that the bare minimum is attractive at all. People want the maximum with doing the minimum. And life doesn't work like that. When you put 25% into something, how could you expect 100% of the benefits? Because we don't value ourselves, because our point of view is so different. And we've talked about this before. It goes back to the psychology of us trying to hide our kids from slave masters. Oh, you know what? He too fat. You don't want him. He this. You don't want that. All to protect that's what we used to say. Like, oh, you don't want that slave right there. He don't know how to cook. She don't know how to, and that's how we talk about our children. And you had that inherited. So now when you're going out to date, you're going out to date with that trauma.
Yeah.
And then when you run into people who I every man that I've ever dated, to be honest with you, they knew how great I was, and I think that they loved me out of
What you could do for them.
not even not what I can do for them, because I don't give them anything, no money, nothing like that. I'm not a trick, right? But I think
It ain't tricking if you got it.
they, they fell in love with how I made them feel. Because if she
Yeah.
could love me, if someone like her can be here, you know what I'm saying? But then they thought they were bigger than the fucking program.
Because motherfuckers do get when they get used to certain things, they
But
tend to
they
evolve
thought
into that. It's like how do you, what's that shit called when you like it's like a blend in type thing. I forgot the big word for it, but
it's
yeah,
like
it's
a
like when you
chameleon.
blend
It's like
in.
it's like chameleon.
Yeah,
It's like chameleon behavior, right? And
yeah.
I feel like I am tired of putting my heart into hands that can't hold me, especially if I'm not asking you for anything. And the thing is too, why do I feel afraid to ask you for anything? I deserve the world because I know I can give it.
You're afraid to ask because you could never really depend on anybody, and I'm suffering through that too. It's hard to it's hard to navigate from going through life not being able to depend on nobody to now finally having to depend on somebody to
But
actually
it's crazy
do
because
that.
my friendship. What's a crazy thing is that I could depend on my friends. I know that type of love because my friends give me that love. You get what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
know that type of love because my parents give me that love. If I called my mother and my father and my stepdad right now and said, "Yo, I need this or I need that," they would. I wouldn't even have to wait for it. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like for me, I've played Russian roulette with my boundaries.
yeah, yeah, hell yeah, yeah. We can admit you on you doing
Honestly,
that. We both have. We all have. Yeah,
we all have, we
we
all
all
Yeah.
have.
have.
But like, well,
And
we get into the at least.
we've all told each other like what the f are you doing? We've all had that conversation with each other, and it is again, it's just a matter of necessity of wanting to be loved. One, which shouldn't necessarily be a necessity, but when you again, if you're in that environment for so long where you're just depending only on yourself, you sometimes just like yo, you see other people doing like fuck, I want that.
I've never felt, let me tell you, I've never seen a relationship ever in my life that I look at and be like, you know what? I want a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? Never, never, never. Because,
Like, you know what?
everybody got their own
That
shit.
that look good to me.
Yeah, never. And I would say, I could,
Yeah, I like that shit right there.
and
Like,
I would
I
say that
like that. No,
I had
no,
no
thank you.
business. I had no business getting married to the person I married. You know what I'm saying? Because
Same.
I did not marry for love. I married for two reasons. I married because people said that he wasn't going to marry me, so I had to show them. You get what I'm saying? And number two, I saw a man legitimately trying to change his life and wanting to make a difference for me and our child. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, you know what? What do I have to lose?
I gotta admit,
Going
do I
into
gotta
this.
admit my accountability too?
And you
I,
don't
I,
have
I,
to.
I'm gonna do it because you did it. I married for the wrong reasons too. I married because I didn't want to be that stigma of being a baby daddy, or
Exactly.
I wanted to do the
You
right
do it the
thing.
right way.
I didn't want to be my. And in all honesty, me and my dad are in a good situation. We're in a good relationship now, but back then, how I viewed my dad, I did not want to be my dad. I wasn't going to leave my kids hanging or not going to be available for them, and that was my mindset. So I got married because I was expecting a son. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give my son what I didn't get. So
Mhm.
I got married for the wrong reasons,
I
and
think it.
that's it. That's environmental trauma that I went through, and I'm still trying. I'm still healing from that. It takes a lot of therapy, and it takes dating a person with a lot of patience to understand that.
Can you believe that my therapist flaked on me at my worst? And this is why I don't mess with therapy.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, whatever. But I agree with you too, because for me, I'm like, we're gonna do this the right way. You're not gonna make me a baby mother. I'm worth more than he said that to me. I didn't even have to give him that conversation. He said, look, we're doing this, and I'm like, you know what? okay. And
Hmm.
my last relationship, my last serious relationship, I knew that that man loved me.
Hmm.
He loved me. You get what I'm saying? I know he did. And he probably still does. But the problem was he didn't love himself. And he put himself into situations that completely devastated both of us. That was a hard thing to come back from. To even be able to be willing and open to loving again after something like that. You guys know what I went through in that.
Yeah.
It wasn't no situation where he was seeing somebody else or playing me or lying to me. That man loved me. He
No, he was
loved me.
damaged. He was just
He loved me
damaged.
with he loved me. He loved me. Do you know how hard it is to not for to know someone loves you and not try to fall back into them patterns with somebody just to say that you have love? You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? To now be like, yo, I gotta walk away from this. This person loves me to the core to this day. And I had to walk away from me. That's hard. That was hard. And I've done so. And I've refused to settle for less. Of course,
All right.
of course, I've slipped on my boundaries and stuff. I'm an attractive woman. Like, why wouldn't people want to try to date me or whatever the case may be? But the thing is, if you don't like me like that, stay away from me. If there's somebody else in the picture, stay away from me. I
Hmm.
want you to be happy, and I want don't rob me of my chance of being happy either. And it makes me sad that a lot of women our age, a lot of people in our black dynamics are single because of stuff like this. I don't want to be 50 years old and by myself. I
Hmm.
don't want to be, but if I have to be, so be it, so be it. Even
Yeah.
though I doubt it, but so be it.
Yeah. It sucks because, like I said, it's based all of this is just like mostly a lot of stuff in life is just based very environmental. You learn how to be street smart by your environment. You're not gonna learn how to be street smart in the goddamn suburbs. Only thing you looking for is a white van in the suburbs and make sure you don't get picked up.
Yeah.
You don't in those suburbs you don't gotta worry about, oh, if somebody's jealous of you or somebody sees something that they like or they don't have something, so they're gonna try to take it off you. You don't gotta worry about that, right? You don't have to worry about, if you're growing up in a certain spot, you don't gotta worry about certain stuff getting cut off, or just because that's the neighborhood. You don't gotta worry about Pookie walking up the block in the suburbs or anything like that. Like
I ain't
like
lying. That's a lie.
like
Yeah, I
you,
still see poopy sometimes.
right, but do you see a one Pookie versus 16 Pookies block per block radius? So you got like it's like taking the good with the bad right there. It's like it sucks, but at the end of the day, dating is very environmental. How you are raised and how what you are taught in your household will always determine how you date in the future. If you're not raised around love, you're not going to know what love is and how to love someone properly. We've seen it. We've been in situations with people who have not been raised with love and they don't know how to respond to it. So they respond in defense mode because they think you're just going to snatch it away from them. That's really what it is. But it's unfortunate, and we definitely hope for it to get better. But it starts with it starts with our generation. It starts with our generation raising our kids to be like, hey, it is okay to date. It's okay, but give them the parameters, and give them the good, bad, and ugly. Just don't give them the bad parts about it. Give them the good parts. Oh, someone likes you. Okay, give them the rundown. But
And we get so committed and so attached.
mm-hmm,
We don't understand dating.
mm-mm,
We don't understand that we get attached. That's why we do wifey and hubby and all these things like that. Like, nah, man. Nah, it means nothing until you and people be like, oh, marriage is a piece of paper until you sitting there being upset when they put you as a special friend in the damn obituary, if
Special
at all,
put you as
if
a
at all.
special friend is crazy, but yes, it's true. Like it's true. You get upset. Oh, yeah, I was with them for a long time. Was you?
Yeah, it don't mean nothing.
It don't really mean jack shit, but hey, do you boo boo. But as we continue on the last topic, which is very important that we touch on, is the fact that people were losing their minds all week about the Bad Bunny concert. A lot of it is how we gonna have a concert at an American game and they're speaking Spanish. Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory. Once again, for those who don't understand, Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory. In 1913, Puerto Ricans became official citizens of the United States. Let's not let's not get it twisted. And if we're going to talk about football, football is not an American sport because it is strongly based off rugby, which is a European sport, right? And a lot of things that we have in America are not American. So
Right,
we have to get this stigma out that this is un-American, this is un-American. People we have the Constitution for a reason. We have an
that's
amendment
right.
that says freedom of speech. I cannot like what's going on in America. I cannot like you as a person, and I'm able to say that as long as it's not harming anybody. It's not harming anybody. But what they're doing now is harming people, pulling people out their houses, pulling kids from their parents just to get the parents to try to deport the parents. What? And y'all worried about an American performing on an American stage, and just because y'all can't understand it, people are like, oh, why don't they use subtitles? Why do they need to use subtitles?
I think it's bull. Yeah,
I do
I'm
too.
sorry.
Don't
I
worry
just
about
had
it.
to.
Don't worry about
Yo,
it.
I think that's worth the curse.
That,
That
that
was
that's
worth the curse.
that's worth the curse for sure.
Um, I think what I am tired of, and I know this is going to be a very controversial take, and I know it's
Mhm.
going to be it's not really the right mindset when the majority attacks minorities, right? Whether it's saying, "Oh, this is inappropriate," this is this. Our response is always to come from a place of love. Love is stronger than hate. Love is not stronger than hate. Hate is hate and love is love.
Yeah.
I'm tired of love thy enemies and all this stuff like that because I thought Bad Bunny's performance was a reflection of not only Puerto Rican pride, but his journey, American pride as well. And it showed the beauty and diversity, and the beauty in what this country really was supposed to be about, I guess. America has always been this. So I don't know what this country is supposed to be about anything.
Hmm.
But I'm tired of responding to hate with love. I want to respond to hate with more hate. That's my goal for this year. I'm not sitting back. You want to shake, you're going to get shook. I'm tired of, being the bigger person. I'm already damn near 6 feet tall. So I'm always going to be the bigger person. So you know what? You might as well catch these hands.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
You might as well catch these hands. Because I'm tired of being a bigger person. Being bigger person ain't give me nothing but anxiety and depression. So I
Right.
regret more times that I didn't crash out than the times that I did. I don't regret a single time I've crashed out.
So,
I
me
regret the
neither.
times that I didn't and I should have. More that's what keeps me up at night.
I, don't,
So
I
hate,
crash out.
hate
If
is
I
hate.
crash out, there was a reason.
Yeah.
There was a reason.
There's a reason. I let you
Yeah.
slip 50, 11 times. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm calculated. First of all, we're all from New York. So we're not, it's not like any of us have gone into the Poppy store and understood half of the shit Poppy be saying to us, but my nigga knew how to make a bacon, egg, and cheese work. So I'm not upset at all. I watched the Bad Bunny halftime show and I felt like I spent the summer in the Bronx again in 2026. That's how I felt. Granted, I ain't understand shit he said. I don't care. I understood the vibe. I understood the message. is unity. There's a lot of flavors in the American pie. So for you to dictate what an American is and act the way that you are is crazy. We should be preaching unity, not who's an alien and who's not an alien, and shooting people that are clearly Americans and saying that that they're not Americans because they don't agree with your propaganda. That is the message of Bad Bunny. He's also showing you what it's like growing up in Puerto Rico, knowing that it is an American state or territory, and it does not get treated as such. So yes, I'm cool with the message. I enjoyed the the show. Now, granted, I would have preferred to see Cardi B perform. She don't want to hear me say that, but I'm honest. I've said it plenty of times. I wanted to hear. I like that. Why? Because I grew up on that song that they sampled. They used to play that in
Same
the bodega stores all
all
the
the
time.
time.
So I wanted to hear that.
You know
I'm not
what?
gonna hold you.
Yeah.
There was a lot about it that I just again like I said, I'm a Brooklyn kid. I'm an American Brooklyn kid. I don't have no West Indian background, but I grew up around West Indian people. You didn't
Hmm.
think I understand half of the lyrics that's being played in a lot of these songs? I don't, but I still mess with the vibe. I get the energy. My hips still sway and my feet still move. I'm with all of the chicks. That's just how that go. It wasn't about if you understood what he was saying lyrically. You had to understand the message of what he was saying aesthetically.
Hmm.
It was a movie that he showed. You don't need lyrics to a movie sometimes. You don't need caption for a movie sometimes. There's been plenty of still picture movies that have been big in the world. You don't need to understand it through lyrics or through words, but you understand the energy, you understand the vibe, you understand the message. Those that did not want to understand the message didn't get the message. And I understand that too. You don't live in this country and not understand that we are going to all respectively disagree. And sometimes we're going to disrespectively disagree. And that's just what it was. But if all honesty, if you can listen to the Star Spangled Banner with a clear head and be understanding to that, knowing that there is some racial overtones to that as well, and not have a bone to pick about it, or you don't have no ill will to that being played at every event, you can shut the fuck up for a Bad Bunny performance. That's just my opinion.
Hmm.
I agree.
I feel like if y'all so up in arms about Spanish and other people from other countries, stop celebrating people from other countries on their holidays. Stop, stop, stop going out and acting a damn fool on Cinco de Mayo, right? Stop going out to the Puerto Rican and Dominican Day parade. Stop going out to Labor Day parades. Stop going to these Spanish restaurants. Stop going to these Caribbean restaurants. Stop going to these
Mhm.
international spots. If y'all so caught up on the fact that this is not this is not American, and for the fact that they had a whole other halftime show that barely had 1 million viewers, and Kid Rock is your damn headliner who has a line in a song that talking about it might be statutory but it's mandatory is insane. Meanwhile, y'all still won't release all of the Epstein's files unfiltered, unredacted, but y'all upset about somebody singing in Spanish. I've never seen it. And I said this on my TikTok. I've never seen so many upset white men that act like they don't like Latin women, and I'm just
They
like,
love Latinas. They love
they
them
do
spicy.
right. Yeah, I've never seen so many white men act like they don't like Latino women.
Dre,
And
quick question.
y'all, hold on,
Quick,
we so caught up on the Bad Bunny parts where there were guys dancing on guys, and that y'all neglected the fact that there was almost 1 billion women on stage. Y'all had
mm.
Lady Gaga on stage also singing, who I think she did a really good job as well. But y'all so caught up. Oh nah, it was gay stuff. That's what y'all focusing
I,
on, the gay stuff.
I told you that was Ricky Martin too. By the way, I just want to throw that
Oh,
out there.
I
Believe it.
love Ricky. When I tell
Yeah,
you, I 15-year-old me
In the halftime
was
show,
in
that was Ricky Martin.
shambles. The moment that fine ass Ricky Martin, he still looked fine too. Jeez Louise.
Ricky
He looks
Martin did his thing
he
too.
did his thing. I was only missing, and to be honest with you, there's only three other Latinos I was missing on that stage. That
Jennifer
was
Lopez, Shakira.
No, no,
no,
no, no, no.
no.
J.
I mean, they
This
Mark
brought
was
Bad
Anthony,
Bunny out.
no. This
They
Mark
wasn't a
brought
J
Bad
Lo.
Anthony,
Bunny
This
out.
wasn't a J Lo thing. This wasn't a J
Mark
Lo thing.
Anthony. I
Yes.
would have
Yeah,
La India.
What
Okay,
about
La,
what about Aventura? Aventura should
they're
have been out there.
Dominican
they're
though,
I
Dominican.
don't give a damn.
but no, or
It's about the Spanish
and Daddy
culture.
Yankee.
They're
He's
not
holy
Daddy
though.
Yankee.
He's in a different.
They're
Yeah,
that.
but when you talk about like when you talk about like
He showed love to him though.
uh
Gasolina was being played a little bit.
yeah, but like
He
the
showed
Don
love to him.
Omar, I think Don Omar, you have
Donna
like
Mars should have been there. Yeah, 100%. I agree with you on that.
because in
I thought he
2006
was.
everybody was Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
everybody,
What are you
everybody,
talking about?
Everybody was
What?
Puerto Rican.
everybody,
Boy,
everybody.
I used to give me a butter roll, and then
Everybody
I
used to
wore
be
my
at that
best
parade. Everybody had a Puerto Rican
white T-shirt
flag.
Yes,
and blue
everybody
shorts
had a
with
flag. We
a
were
Puerto Rican
all
flag on
listening
my
to
uptowns.
reggaeton.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We was acting like we were
97.9 La Mega con La Mega no se juega. We were
everybody acting like they understood the words. It was like
yes,
Not a month.
yes.
I ain't understand shit.
Ella le gusta
I
la
ain't understand.
right.
gasolina. Dame más gasolina.
Even when I found out what the song meant, I was like, this song's
I,
still
And
to
crazy.
this
but he
day,
had a
I
string.
don't know
Lo
what
que
gasoline on that.
pasó entre
Mm,
tú y yo.
mm,
Lo que
Question.
Without
Yeah, I got
Daddy
a
Yankee,
question.
there'd be no Bad Bunny.
That's a
yes,
fact. I got a question though. Do you know what Suave? Do you know the song the Suave Mente? Do you know the whole lyrics, all
Suave,
of it?
bésame, bésame. Besa y otra
You know
vez.
all the
Yo quiero
lyrics?
sentir tus labios besando y otra vez. Esa un poquito. Besa, besa,
I
besa,
play that
besa,
every day.
bésame otro like it's like suave. Bésame, bésame, kiss me again. I want to feel your lips. Kiss me once again.
No, I'm just saying. Me and Dre is black men from Brooklyn. You think we know what's you know the whole lyrics of
Suave
Suave
don't
Mente
Mente?
is one of our
hey
national
hey hold
anthems.
on. Don't add me into that. I know. I'll look it up.
Ella es
You know the
suave.
whole lyrics?
Bésame, bésame.
Yes,
Besa y otra vez. Yo quiero
You
sentir tus
know all the
labios.
lyrics.
Huh?
I don't know.
The
Oh,
Yes.
Suave Mente.
yes,
I know at least about
I know
90% of
there's.
them. Yeah.
Yes, I know there's something in there that's questionable, but I ain't worried about that.
But
Go ahead.
my thing is, we still play Suave Mente. It means something. It does something to our spirit. I'm not gonna lie to you. My feet start working. You would swear that I was born in Puerto Rico. The way that I move,
I
and
mean,
that's
I
just
went
how
to
it
Puerto
is.
Rico before it was cool.
I did too.
It does something special to me. Suave
Yeah,
Mente does something special to me. I don't know why. And a lot of women they love Selena's. I don't know. She does not have the S in her name at the end, but they still call that lady Selena's.
I
No,
I
I love Salinas.
I
Anything
That's
for
what I'm saying.
Salinas.
But that's what I'm
the over.
saying. My baby love that movie. She watched that movie all the damn time. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know
love
why, but
Salinas.
so it's like, yo,
I love Selena.
Spanish culture is a part of American culture. I don't understand why y'all gonna try to make this into something that it shouldn't be.
the country name is Spanish.
Look, that's too much. I ain't got all that. I
The
pass
name of
history.
the country is America.
I got a 90 in my region, so I don't know where that. I didn't know
The
that was
name of the
Spanish at
country,
all.
the name of the country is America. You know where they
Oh,
were performing? Santa Clara, Spanish.
Its name.
Cal, yeah, all of California, Spanish. Most of the places in California are named after Spanish things. So they're in California. And it's like, dog, like every day y'all show me why people want to leave this country. like
I'll go to Canada. Nah, not Canada. It's too cold. I gotta get away from it. That's what I'm
I
trying to
just
get away from the cold.
overall, I feel like we spend too much time thinking about the negatives. And I was talking about this at work. People so concerned about people taking people jobs and immigrants taking people jobs. Are
She
y'all
took her
are y'all sending
job.
right? They took her jobs, right? Still are you gonna send little Nathaniel onto the factory fields to to
It's not. It's
pick
not.
pick fruits?
It's
Are
not
you are you
Nathaniel. It's
right?
Samuel.
Are you
Oh,
gonna send
Samuel
Chad
or
to the
Chet.
Chad to become a dishwasher and pay him pennies on the
Nah.
dollar? No,
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 he owns the
right,
restaurant already.
right. Are you gonna send Sally to become your nanny? No,
no,
no. So why are you complaining about the minimal? Like I said, people there are people out here that's not from here committing crimes. They should be sent back. They should be sent to jail. That everybody's in agreement of that. My thing is for the people who aren't, the people that are trying to make an honest living, the people that are out here not bothering nobody. Y'all knocking down fruit stands, y'all knocking down churro stuff, y'all knocking down stuff that is viable to our community. We can't all everybody can't go to the supermarket and pay $1,000 for a banana.
no.
But if I could get 6 bananas for $2 from mommy on the corner, guess where I'm going? Mm, like, yeah, we have to stop. It, like Bad Bunny said it. Well, actually, but Tay also said said it. Hate it, hate is stronger than hate.
The only thing stronger than hate is more hate.
Yeah, only thing stronger than hate and more hate. And
It's a fact.
my idols are 50 Cent and Kendrick Lamar. So I don't know, bro.
Well, 50 is doing. I think 50 was doing too
I got
much
a,
too.
I got a
So
question though.
No, Tony
Did this
Yayo,
beat
Tony
Kendrick?
Yayo is doing
Tony
too
Ayo is
much.
bugging, boy.
no, let me tell you something. Ja Rule, I think Ja Rule would have
Yeah.
handled them.
Oh yeah. I think Ja Rule would have handled. I
I
think Ja.
don't know.
I don't
I
Yeah,
think.
but
don't know,
Ja never back. One thing about Ja,
bro.
Ja never back down.
I hear you. I hear you. But he outnumbered in that, you know.
But he still wouldn't have backed down.
No, I don't think he would have backed down. But then again, he was in a predicament. He was in a weird spot. I don't know how would you react in that situation if the people that you beefing they sitting right behind you, decide to fight or
Yeah, but
flight.
Tony Yayo and them was corny for that. Like that was corny.
Oh,
That
they
was
are.
that was super horny.
All right, Dre,
But
you gotta go.
Yeah,
they understood that they had an advantage in that.
yeah. But that is it for this episode of Your Sports Show. Follow us on all social media platforms. Follow BK Matt at Brooklyn Matt
Brooklyn Matt
underscore
underscore
your
your
underscore
three
your.
R's.
Uh, follow Queen Tay at Tavia Regina on all socials. Check out her TikTok. You will find laughs, and you also will find a lot of good stuff on there as well.
Suavemente.
She's produced by Hype Williams now. If you know, you know.
Mm-mm.
Um,
Mm.
follow me at I was about to say the old name, but at the Wise Brother on all social
At
media
Dre.
platforms. Yeah, Wise Brother on all social media platforms. And listen, please stop hating on each other unless it's mandatory. And if it is mandatory, make sure you hate to your whole heart. Don't stop hating. Like if
Just do what
someone's
most
hating
New
on you,
York girls do. Do what most New York girls do. Tell them to suck it.
The long
I
way.
gotta, yeah.
the strong way. So for BK Matt, for the Queen Tate, it is your boy Big Baby, aka the Wise Brother, signing out. Peace.